So what I was, thank you, Honourable Speaker, what I was really trying to say is, and this is a message to the people of Fiji as well. You know, there are certain things that are amiss in this country. One, we've just heard the Honourable Minister for Public Works talk about. So that's one aspect. The second is, sir, you know, we need to plan better in this country. We need to plan better. And that is where I'm making this response here today. And thirdly, sir, we're also picking up on the good things that our government did on the other side, sir. Yeah. So with those ones, we are trying to do better. So it's not, that's why I was, it's relevant to the answer that I was trying to make, sir. So in terms of the government through the Ministry of Trade and Small and Medium Enterprises, I am embarking on, I believe it's probably the first MSME Strategic Plan done at least in the last 20 years or so. The last one, I think, was done by the Honourable Garcia's government, which actually worked well till they threw it away. But, you know, this is another attempt, sir, to actually plan better for the future of this sector. We all agree the sector is a very important sector in our country. It is actually, sir, the backbone of the country, with about MSMEs worldwide accounting for about 50 to 60% of global GDP, 90% of businesses, and 70% of global employment. In Fiji, sir, there are approximately 30,000 registered MSMEs that account for 82%, if not more, if you consider the informal sector. In addition, over the last 3 years, the sector has contributed about 191 million, sir, in taxes. So no doubt, a well-crafted strategic plan, which will be an enabling tool to build capacity, organize participatory processes, and empower stakeholders and grow the MSMEs in Fiji, sir, is very critical. It will also allow the government to actually build something that I feel is lacking, which is a comprehensive ecosystem, sir. An ecosystem where, as we all know, MSMEs come into the economy at different levels. There are those that come at the micro level, and there are those that come at the operating level, if you like, sir. This new strategic plan will ensure that all those needs are addressed in a comprehensive manner, and that will allow this government to actually plan and execute better. And I'm reminded of that saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Ultimately, Mr. Speaker, sir, this plan, we are hoping, will pave a way towards an increased contribution to gross domestic product, or GDP, hence growing the economy. At this stage of the 5-year plan, we are looking at a transition from about 18% to 25%, with a stretch target of maybe 30%. Having said all of that, Mr. Speaker, sir, the consultant that we are dealing with through UNESCAP and the Pacific has been engaged, carrying out consultations in the country from the 26th of February to the 8th of March 2024. I have to say, sir, that the level of consultations has been very exciting, with contributions across the whole country, from private sector, obviously, the MSME sector themselves, business development providers, the banking institutions, and also a few fintech institutions as well. Another initiative that occurred during this time, Mr. Speaker, sir, was the launching of the first ever MSME conference from the 7th and the 8th of March, which was organized by Business Assistance Fiji, that has provided a very valuable platform on which the MSMEs have raised their concerns and also contributed towards the strategic plan. Some of the key elements that I'd like to share that hopefully will come out in the strategic plan is a more nationally defined MSMEs, an actual database for MSMEs, Mr. Speaker, sir. So it will allow us to actually track how MSMEs are doing across our nation and actually target assistance where required. Better coordination amongst government agencies will be critical. Increasing resource owner participation, sir, in business and commercial spaces and more importantly, ensuring that youth and women participation in business occurs in these sectors. The adoption of technology and safe transition into these spaces is also key, and also regulatory compliance, of course, with business registration and the others. One of the other things that I hope to bring forward in this plan, sir, which has never been done, is to actually try and enshrine within the education system, both at secondary level and at tertiary level, MSME entrepreneurial education, so that we don't start building our entrepreneurs up at 30 years or on retirement. We start at a very young age, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I have to say, without a formal structure, what we are seeing in the MSME sector amongst our people is very exciting already. So this plan will only enhance their capacity. By addressing the things that I have mentioned, Mr. Speaker, sir, the plan seeks to maximize MSME's contribution to shared prosperity, inclusive economic growth, sustainable production, and also contribute quite significantly to the Sustainable Development Goals. In addition, the plan entails to focus on capacity development at MSMEs, including access to finance, formalization, and also improving digitization and also assisting with the green and blue economy. Access to finance, Mr. Speaker, sir, is a key challenge for the MSMEs, and this government and the People's Coalition will do its utmost to ensure that this issue is addressed. Finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, the MSME Strategic Plan will be a comprehensive, forward-thinking approach that supports the development of MSMEs in Fiji and laying the foundation for sustained growth in the long term. In the short, the overall vision is to provide a clear path forward, increasing GDP contribution, as I have mentioned, post-COVID levels, and provide a roadmap with roles, responsibilities, and execution plan, if you like, to ensure that we have a proper blueprint for MSME development over the next 5 years. It will also have costing components to help the Honourable Minister of Finance navigate what he can provide, but the plan will outline a national vision for MSMEs, the strategic direction where we wish to take the MSMEs, and also how we wish to get there. This roadmap will then consolidate from within government and donor partners that implementation program. We thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this opportunity to answer this question. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.